Good morning. This is pre-algebra for Tuesday, April the 28th. Had to look for the date. Okay, we are going to continue on lesson 87 today, working through some of our problems. If you'll turn in your book to page 246, grab a sheet of paper. You want to do these with me. It's going to be to your benefit. Okay? We're going to start with problem 22. Problem 22. Let's look at it. We have 2 to the third power plus 2 squared, bracket, 2 to the first power, parentheses, the square root of 64 minus 7, parentheses, plus 1 plus 3 squared plus a negative 3 bracket. What are we going to do? These are orders of operations. We're going to do our powers and parentheses. Then we're going to multiply and divide from left to right, then add and subtract. So what can we solve? Let's go to the first. We have 2 cubed. Well, 2 times 2 times 2. That's what cubed means. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 8 plus 2 squared is 4. Now we're going to put in our bracket. 2 to the first power is 2. Then, parentheses, what is the square root of 64? It is 8. Notice I'm not really combining anything. I'm just taking out powers and square roots and things like that. Okay, 3 squared is 9, and then we're just going to bring down the rest of our problem because we cannot combine it yet. Okay, now let's go back and combine. Where do we start? We start with the innermost parentheses. So again, we're not going to do anything to these outside numbers. We're just going to go here. We're going to say 8 minus 7 is 1. Okay, and then we have 1 plus 9 is 10 plus a negative 3. What can we do? Now we've done our powers, we've done our innermost parentheses. Where do we go now? Now we look at multiplication and division left to right. So we go across, we still have to stay inside our bracket. Why doing that? So we have 2 times 1 is 2, times 10 is 20, and 20 plus a negative 3 is a positive 17. Here's what we have. So now we have 8 plus 4 times 17, okay? So what are we going to do? We're going to say 4 times 7 because you multiply before you add or subtract. So 4 times 17 is 68, and we're going to add 8. We're going to go right here in the middle here. Now we have 8 plus 68, so our answer is 76. Let's go that again. You do powers, square roots, and parentheses. You solve all those down. Now go to the innermost parentheses, work that, then work the brackets, what's inside the brackets. Then, when all of that is gone, multiply and divide from left to right. When you've done all the multiplication, you go back and add and subtract left to right. Let's look at our next thing here. Mrs. Turner has written out some problems for us. These would be numbers 23 and number 24 in your book. What is 4 times negative 7? Very simply, 4 times 7 is 28. Is it positive or negative? Negative. Why? Because 1 is negative and 1 is positive. Look at the next one. Negative 4 times positive 7 is negative 28. Again, our signs are different. Negative 4 times negative 7 is positive 28 because both signs are negative. We have 27 divided by negative 9. The answer is 3. Is it positive or negative? It is a negative because one number is positive, one number is negative. So therefore, I had to take that off, sorry about that. Therefore, our answer is a negative 3. We have negative 27 divided by 9 is a negative 3. Let's look over here at this. What in the world does all of this mean? Remember, we said it's the opposite of the opposite of the opposite of the opposite of 4. Very simple. What's the number? The number is 4. Is it positive or negative? Count the signs. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 negative signs. 4 is an even number. That makes this a positive 4. Look at the next one. Our number in all of this mess is a 5. How many negative signs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 negatives and a positive. We're only counting the negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since there are 4 opposite signs, that is an even number. This 5 is a positive 5. Let's look at this next one. This is number 27 in your book. X plus xy. What does that equal if x equals -1, and y equals a -9. Let's work that out. First, write down your equation. Second, substitute. Substitute the equation just like you would a formula. So we're going to write -1 plus -1 times -9. Well, what are we going to use? Orders of operation, right? So we're going to keep our -1 and then say -1 times -9 is a +9. So we have -1 plus +9. We're going to get a +8. Now, I didn't write my positive sign. I don't have to write a positive sign as long as it's a positive number. If it's a negative, I must write the negative. Okay, we have the opposite of n minus mx. Okay, we have the opposite of, we're going to put that in, now we're going to put our number inside parentheses to secure and protect that sign. That sign is a -2. Minus m is a -2 times a -3. Okay, so we're going to say the opposite of -2 is +2. Then we're going to say minus, and we're going to go multiply first. -2 times -3 is +6. So now we have 2 minus 6. Our answer is 4. Okay, our answer is going to be a 4. All right, now let's look at, I meant to say negative, so don't talk about that. -4. Why is it a -4? Because remember, we're doing algebraic addition, so this doesn't have a sign, so this is a +2. If we needed to do this, we put our exercise, so it's +2 plus -6, so my answer is -4. Let's look at this one. AP minus P plus A. Well, A is -4, so -4 times -3 minus whatever P is, put it in your parentheses, -3 plus parentheses -4. Okay, what are we going to do first? Multiply. Multiply before you add and subtract. So -4 times -3 is a +12. Okay, so then we want to, let me erase this here. Okay, now we have a -3 that we want to subtract. So if we have a -3 that we want to subtract, what are we going to do? We're going to actually change our signs around, remember, because we can't subtract negative numbers. So to change this to a positive, what do we have to do to the -3? We have to make it a positive number, okay? Now, I don't change the last one because the last one is already addition, okay? So now I have +12 plus +3 is a +15. +15 minus a 4 is a +11. +11. Let's look back at your book for just a moment. I want you to look at number 30. Number 30, it says we want to convert 0.6 centimeters to meters, okay? So if we're going to convert 0.6 centimeters, we want to multiply that. This is what we have. That's our whole unit that we have. I need to convert it to meters. So I'd have to know how many centimeters are in 1 meter. That's 100. So 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Or 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. It doesn't matter which way I say it. Which way am I going to put it up here? I want to get rid of the centimeters. So I'm going to put 100 centimeters. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Now, I can very easily cross out my centimeters and say 0.6 times 1 is 0.6. And I'm going to divide that by 100 because 1 times 100. When I divide a decimal by 100 or any power of 10, what am I doing? Simply moving the decimal point over that many places. How do I know how many places? Well, how many zeros are in whatever you're dividing? 2. There are 2 zeros in the 100, so I'm going to move it 2 places. Since I'm dividing, I'm going to make my number smaller. I'm going to move my decimal to the left. Okay? So my decimal is here, but I need to move it 2 places. 1, 2. So my answer is 0.006. Now, I hope that this helped you a little bit as we've taken our time going through each of these problems the last 2 days. We've taken our time reviewing it, making sure you've got it down. Tomorrow, you will have a test. So make sure that if you have any questions, by the way, drop me a comment today. Give me your favorite animal in the whole world. What is the coolest animal out there? Drop that in the comments for me. Now, that helps you get registered for the gift card. All right, now, the test is tomorrow. So if you have any questions, drop that in comments or tell me so that I can help you figure out that problem. All right, have a great day, guys.